Interrogative questions. These are the most common type of questions and are straightforward, seeking information. Example interrogative questions.
What is your name? What is your name? How old are you? How old are you? Where do you live? Where do you live? What do you do? What do you do? When is your birthday? When is your birthday? Why are you here? Why are you here? Who is your friend? Who is your friend? What time is it? What time is it? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Where did you go? Where did you go? What did you say? What did you say? How much does it cost? How much does it cost? When will you arrive? When will you arrive? Why did you leave? Why did you leave? What are you eating? What are you eating? Who is your teacher? Who is your teacher? How long will it take? How long will it take? What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? Where can I find it? Where can I find it? When does the show start? When does the show start? Why is it important? Why is it important? What is your favorite color? What is your favorite color? How do you get there? How do you get there? Where is the nearest store? Where is the nearest store? When do we meet again? When do we meet again? What are your plans today? What are your plans today? Who is coming with you? Who is coming with you? How do you spell that? How do you spell that? What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Where did you buy that? Where did you buy that? Why do you like it? Why do you like it? When did it happen? When did it happen? How often do you exercise? How often do you exercise? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Who helped you with this? Who helped you with this? Where is your office located? Where is your office located? When do you usually wake up? When do you usually wake up? What kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? How many languages do you speak? How many languages do you speak? Where do you want to travel? Where do you want to travel? Why do you want to learn? Why do you want to learn? What is your favorite book? What is your favorite book? How do you make that? How do you make that? When can we start? When can we start? Who is your favorite author? Who is your favorite author? What is your biggest dream? What is your biggest dream? Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up? Why did you choose that? Why did you choose that? How do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated? What is your favorite movie? What is your favorite movie? Where do you work? Where do you work? When is your next vacation? When is your next vacation? What is your favorite food? What is your favorite food? How did you meet him? How did you meet him? Who are you going with? Who are you going with? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to live? Why are you studying English? Why are you studying English? What is your job title? What is your job title? How did you learn that? How did you learn that? When is the deadline? When is the deadline? Who is your role model? Who is your role model? What is the best advice? What is the best advice? How do you handle stress? How do you handle stress? Where do you find inspiration? Where do you find inspiration? Why is this challenging? Why is this challenging? What is your favorite season? What is your favorite season? How do you relax after work? How do you relax after work? When do you feel most productive? When do you feel most productive? Who inspires you the most? Who inspires you the most? What hobbies do you enjoy? What hobbies do you enjoy? Where can I get more information? Where can I get more information? Why did you choose this career? Why did you choose this career? What are your favorite activities? What are your favorite activities? How do you celebrate your birthday? How do you celebrate your birthday? When do you plan to retire? When do you plan to retire? Who do you admire the most? Who do you admire the most? What do you like to cook? What do you like to cook? How did you get started? How did you get started? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why do you love traveling? Why do you love traveling? What is your favorite childhood memory? What is your favorite childhood memory? How do you stay organized? How do you stay organized? When did you last travel? When did you last travel? Who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? What are your goals for this year? What are your goals for this year? How do you overcome obstacles? How do you overcome obstacles? Where do you spend weekends? Where do you spend weekends? Why do you enjoy reading? Why do you enjoy reading? What is your biggest achievement? What is your biggest achievement? How often do you go out? How often do you go out? When do you usually exercise? When do you usually exercise? Who do you trust the most? Who do you trust the most? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? How do you define success? How do you define success? Where do you usually eat lunch? Where do you usually eat lunch? Why did you start this project? Why did you start this project? What is your dream job? What is your dream job? How do you stay healthy? How do you stay healthy? When did you start this hobby? When did you start this hobby? Who is your favorite musician? Who is your favorite musician? What inspires your creativity? What inspires your creativity? How do you deal with failure? How do you deal with failure? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Why is that your choice? Why is that your choice? What do you value most? What do you value most? How do you learn best? How do you learn best? When do you feel happiest? When do you feel happiest? Who do you enjoy spending time with? Who do you enjoy spending time with? What is your idea of happiness? What is your idea of happiness? How do you practice self-care? How do you practice self-care? Where did you last vacation? Where did you last vacation? Why is this subject interesting? Why is this subject interesting? What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your strengths and weaknesses? How do you express gratitude? How do you express gratitude? When do you usually feel stressed? When do you usually feel stressed? Who supports you the most? Who supports you the most? What is your biggest fear? What is your biggest fear? How do you face challenges? How do you face challenges? Where do you find your peace? Where do you find your peace? Why is it a priority? Why is it a priority? What do you want to improve? What do you want to improve? How do you stay focused? How do you stay focused? When do you usually feel inspired? When do you usually feel inspired? Who encourages you the most? Who encourages you the most? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? How do you build relationships? How do you build relationships? Where do you go for advice? Where do you go for advice? Why is teamwork important? Why is teamwork important? What do you hope to learn? What do you hope to learn? How do you celebrate achievements? How do you celebrate achievements? When do you feel most creative? When do you feel most creative? Who is your biggest supporter? Who is your biggest supporter? What motivates you to succeed? What motivates you to succeed? How do you manage your time? How do you manage your time? Where do you find motivation? Where do you find motivation? Here are your doubled sentences. Why is this important to you? Why is this important to you? What skills do you want to develop? What skills do you want to develop? How do you stay positive? How do you stay positive? When do you feel challenged? When do you feel challenged? Who do you consult for guidance? Who do you consult for guidance? What is your biggest challenge? What is your biggest challenge? How do you recharge after work? How do you recharge after work? Where do you seek adventure? Where do you seek adventure? Why do you enjoy your work? Why do you enjoy your work? What is your personal philosophy? What is your personal philosophy? How do you handle criticism? How do you handle criticism? When do you reflect on your goals? When do you reflect on your goals? Who do you collaborate with? Who do you collaborate with? What is your favorite quote? What is your favorite quote? How do you express yourself creatively? How do you express yourself creatively? Where do you usually shop? Where do you usually shop? Why do you prefer this option? Why do you prefer this option? What is your favorite place to relax? What is your favorite place to relax? How do you celebrate special occasions? How do you celebrate special occasions? When do you plan your day? When do you plan your day? Who is someone you respect? Who is someone you respect? What is your favorite pastime? What is your favorite pastime? How do you practice mindfulness? How do you practice mindfulness? Where do you see opportunities? Where do you see opportunities? Why do you think that happened? Why do you think that happened? What is your dream destination? What is your dream destination? How do you stay connected? How do you stay connected? When do you feel most at peace? When do you feel most at peace? Who is your go-to person? Who is your go-to person? What is your ideal weekend? What is your ideal weekend? How do you manage stress? How do you manage stress? Where do you feel safe? Where do you feel safe? Why do you choose this path? Why do you choose this path? What is your favorite holiday? What is your favorite holiday? How do you foster creativity? How do you foster creativity? When do you feel motivated? When do you feel motivated? Who do you learn from? Who do you learn from? What do you enjoy most about life? What do you enjoy most about life? How do you approach problem solving? How do you approach problem solving? Where do you find joy? Where do you find joy? Why is self-improvement important? Why is self-improvement important? What do you love about your city? What do you love about your city? How do you make decisions? How do you make decisions? When do you prefer to work? When do you prefer to work? Who influences your choices? Who influences your choices? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? How do you practice gratitude? How do you practice gratitude? Where do you feel inspired? Where do you feel inspired? Why do you like this activity? Why do you like this activity? What is your favorite way to unwind? What is your favorite way to unwind? How do you express your feelings? How do you express your feelings? When do you set goals? When do you set goals? Who makes you laugh the most? Who makes you laugh the most? What is your definition of happiness? What is your definition of happiness? How do you approach new challenges? How do you approach new challenges? Where do you feel motivated? Where do you feel motivated? Why do you care about this? Why do you care about this? What do you want to experience? What do you want to experience? How do you learn from mistakes? How do you learn from mistakes? When do you enjoy being alone? When do you enjoy being alone? Who do you share your dreams with? Who do you share your dreams with? What is your favorite way to celebrate? What is your favorite way to celebrate? How do you handle difficult situations? How do you handle difficult situations? Where do you go for fun? Where do you go for fun? Why do you appreciate nature? Why do you appreciate nature? What is your favorite thing to do? What is your favorite thing to do? How do you build self-confidence? How do you build self-confidence? When do you feel creative? When do you feel creative? Who do you rely on? Who do you rely on? What do you find most rewarding? What do you find most rewarding? How do you cope with stress? How do you cope with stress? Where do you like to relax? Where do you like to relax? Why do you enjoy reading? Why do you enjoy reading? What is your favorite activity? What is your favorite activity? How do you express your thoughts? How do you express your thoughts? When do you usually eat dinner? When do you usually eat dinner? Who do you share your successes with? Who do you share your successes with? What is your greatest passion? What is your greatest passion? How do you stay engaged? How do you stay engaged? Where do you go for comfort? Where do you go for comfort? Why do you value friendships? Why do you value friendships? What is your favorite way to travel? What is your favorite way to travel? How do you navigate challenges? How do you navigate challenges? When do you enjoy working? When do you enjoy working? Who inspires your creativity? Who inspires your creativity? What do you want to learn? What do you want to learn? Here are your doubled sentences. How do you manage your energy? How do you manage your energy? Where do you find happiness? Where do you find happiness? Why is this meaningful to you? Why is this meaningful to you? What do you hope to achieve? What do you hope to achieve? How do you express love? How do you express love? When do you take breaks? When do you take breaks? Who is your favorite character? Who is your favorite character? What is your biggest passion? What is your biggest passion? How do you deal with anxiety? How do you deal with anxiety? Where do you see yourself next year? Where do you see yourself next year? Why is this important to you? Why is this important to you? What is your favorite place to visit? What is your favorite place to visit? How do you stay informed? How do you stay informed? When do you enjoy exploring? When do you enjoy exploring? Who is your favorite family member? Who is your favorite family member? What do you think about that idea? What do you think about that idea? How do you express appreciation? How do you express appreciation? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Why do you value education? Why do you value education? What is your favorite type of music? What is your favorite type of music? How do you stay fit? How do you stay fit? When do you wake up? When do you wake up? Who is your supervisor? Who is your supervisor? What is your favorite sport? What is your favorite sport? How do you spend weekends? How do you spend weekends? Where is your favorite restaurant? Where is your favorite restaurant? Why did you move here? Why did you move here? What are your work hours? What are your work hours? How do you stay productive? How do you stay productive? When do you plan vacations? When do you plan vacations? Who is your closest friend? Who is your closest friend? What do you love to eat? What do you love to eat? How do you commute to work? How do you commute to work? Where is the bus stop? Where is the bus stop? Why do you enjoy sports? Why do you enjoy sports? What do you do for fun? What do you do for fun? How do you stay active? How do you stay active? When did you last visit family? When did you last visit family? Who do you share meals with? Who do you share meals with? What do you enjoy the most? What do you enjoy the most? How do you find new ideas? How do you find new ideas? Where do you get groceries? Where do you get groceries? Why do you value honesty? Why do you value honesty? What is your morning routine? What is your morning routine? How do you get inspiration? How do you get inspiration? When do you feel most energetic? When do you feel most energetic? Who do you talk to daily? Who do you talk to daily? What is your biggest goal? What is your biggest goal? How do you spend your time? How do you spend your time? Where do you want to work? Where do you want to work? Why do you like your job? Why do you like your job? What is your daily schedule? What is your daily schedule? How do you start your day? How do you start your day? When did you finish school? When did you finish school? Who is your mentor at work? Who is your mentor at work? What do you like about weekends? What do you like about weekends? How do you plan your future? How do you plan your future? Where do you exercise? Where do you exercise? Why did you choose that hobby? Why did you choose that hobby? What are your evening activities? What are your evening activities? How do you wind down? How do you wind down? When do you sleep? When do you sleep? Who do you follow online? Who do you follow online? What is your favorite app? What is your favorite app? How do you stay calm? How do you stay calm? Where do you meditate? Where do you meditate? Why do you practice meditation? Why do you practice meditation? What is your fitness routine? What is your fitness routine? How do you track your goals? How do you track your goals? When is your workout time? When is your workout time? Who do you take advice from? Who do you take advice from? What are your learning habits? What are your learning habits? How do you track your progress? How do you track your progress? Where do you find motivation? Where do you find motivation? Why do you love your hobbies? Why do you love your hobbies? What is your favorite vacation spot? What is your favorite vacation spot? How do you manage free time? How do you manage free time? When did you learn that skill? When did you learn that skill? Who do you spend holidays with? Who do you spend holidays with? What is your favorite drink? What is your favorite drink? How do you keep your home clean? How do you keep your home clean? Where do you go for relaxation? Where do you go for relaxation? Why is your health important? Why is your health important? What do you usually cook? What do you usually cook? How do you improve yourself? How do you improve yourself? When do you feel tired? When do you feel tired? Who is your favorite coworker? Who is your favorite coworker? What do you collect? What do you collect? How do you plan your meals? How do you plan your meals? Where do you prefer to eat? Where do you prefer to eat? Why do you like cooking? Why do you like cooking? Here is the doubled list of questions you provided. What is your favorite recipe? What is your favorite recipe? How do you save money? How do you save money? When do you shop for groceries? When do you shop for groceries? Who shares your interests? Who shares your interests? What is your daily challenge? What is your daily challenge? How do you stay on track? How do you stay on track? Where do you store your tools? Where do you store your tools? Why do you exercise regularly? Why do you exercise regularly? What are your healthy habits? What are your healthy habits? How do you organize your space? How do you organize your space? When do you feel accomplished? When do you feel accomplished? Who do you support in life? Who do you support in life? What is your next goal? What is your next goal? How do you celebrate small wins? How do you celebrate small wins? Where do you find balance? Where do you find balance? Why do you value time management? Why do you value time management? What do you invest in? What do you invest in? How do you grow professionally? How do you grow professionally? When did you last learn something new? When did you last learn something new? Who do you collaborate with? Who do you collaborate with? What is your biggest priority? What is your biggest priority? How do you solve problems? How do you solve problems? Where do you network? Where do you network? Why do you prioritize self-care? Why do you prioritize self-care? What do you focus on daily? What do you focus on daily? How do you balance work and life? How do you balance work and life? When do you ask for help? When do you ask for help? Who do you respect the most? Who do you respect the most? What is your ideal work environment? What is your ideal work environment? How do you keep track of tasks? How do you keep track of tasks? Where do you find peace? Where do you find peace? Why do you enjoy helping others? Why do you enjoy helping others? What are your most important values? What are your most important values? How do you handle change? How do you handle change? When do you feel most relaxed? When do you feel most relaxed? Who do you admire in your field? Who do you admire in your field? What do you read daily? What do you read daily? How do you stay focused on goals? How do you stay focused on goals? Where do you find success stories? Where do you find success stories? Why do you believe in persistence? Why do you believe in persistence? What is your leadership style? What is your leadership style? How do you motivate yourself? How do you motivate yourself? When do you set new goals? When do you set new goals? Who do you ask for feedback? Who do you ask for feedback? What is your biggest dream? What is your biggest dream? How do you overcome obstacles? How do you overcome obstacles? Where do you go for motivation? Where do you go for motivation? Why do you aim for improvement? Why do you aim for improvement? What are your long-term aspirations? What are your long-term aspirations? How do you define success for yourself? How do you define success for yourself? When do you reward yourself? When do you reward yourself? Who are your role models? Who are your role models? What is your financial plan? What is your financial plan? How do you manage your budget? How do you manage your budget? Where do you invest your time? Where do you invest your time? Why do you value personal growth? Why do you value personal growth? What inspires you daily? What inspires you daily? How do you handle disappointments? How do you handle disappointments? When do you feel most grateful? When do you feel most grateful? Who do you share your wins with? Who do you share your wins with? What is your favorite part of the day? What is your favorite part of the day? How do you manage setbacks? How do you manage setbacks? Where do you see potential? Where do you see potential? Why do you enjoy learning new things? Why do you enjoy learning new things? What are your creative outlets? What are your creative outlets? How do you make important decisions? How do you make important decisions? When do you take breaks? When do you take breaks? Who do you trust for advice? Who do you trust for advice? What motivates you every day? What motivates you every day? How do you keep yourself engaged? How do you keep yourself engaged? Where do you find new opportunities? Where do you find new opportunities? Why do you cherish relationships? Why do you cherish relationships? What is your biggest strength? What is your biggest strength? How do you approach learning? How do you approach learning? When do you feel most alive? When do you feel most alive? Who encourages you to take risks? Who encourages you to take risks? What are your current goals? What are your current goals? How do you prioritize tasks? How do you prioritize tasks? Where do you find time for yourself? Where do you find time for yourself? Why do you believe in kindness? Why do you believe in kindness? What do you focus on first? What do you focus on first? How do you stay optimistic? How do you stay optimistic? When do you feel proud of yourself? When do you feel proud of yourself? Who do you listen to for motivation? Who do you listen to for motivation? What is your self-care routine? What is your self-care routine? How do you create meaningful connections? How do you create meaningful connections? Where do you spend time thinking? Where do you spend time thinking? Why do you seek growth? Why do you seek growth? What do you plan to achieve next? What do you plan to achieve next? How do you approach tough situations? How do you approach tough situations? When do you know you've succeeded? When do you know you've succeeded? Who do you learn from daily? Who do you learn from daily? What is your next big goal? What is your next big goal? How do you handle pressure? How do you handle pressure? Where do you find inspiration daily? Where do you find inspiration daily? Why do you want to challenge yourself? Why do you want to challenge yourself? What is your dream lifestyle? What is your dream lifestyle? How do you stay organized? How do you stay organized? When do you reflect on your progress? When do you reflect on your progress? Who do you ask for support? Who do you ask for support? What is your favorite project? What is your favorite project? How do you stay determined? How do you stay determined? Where do you get new ideas? Where do you get new ideas? Why do you value self-discipline? Why do you value self-discipline? What do you do after work? What do you do after work? How do you learn new skills? How do you learn new skills? When do you plan your future? When do you plan your future? Who influences your life decisions? Who influences your life decisions? What is your biggest ambition? What is your biggest ambition? Here is the list of questions you provided, doubled. How do you maintain a positive mindset? How do you maintain a positive mindset? Where do you see the most potential? Where do you see the most potential? Why do you enjoy reflecting on your journey? Why do you enjoy reflecting on your journey? What steps are you taking for success? What steps are you taking for success? How do you manage multiple priorities? How do you manage multiple priorities? When do you plan your next move? When do you plan your next move? Who motivates you to achieve more? Who motivates you to achieve more? What do you want to accomplish this year? What do you want to accomplish this year? How do you ensure consistent growth? How do you ensure consistent growth? Where do you find the strength to keep going? Where do you find the strength to keep going? Why do you focus on personal improvement? Why do you focus on personal improvement? What is your secret to success? What is your secret to success? How do you stay inspired during difficult times? How do you stay inspired during difficult times? When do you feel like you're growing? When do you feel like you're growing? Who do you share your dreams with? Who do you share your dreams with? What motivates you to keep going? What motivates you to keep going? How do you set realistic goals? How do you set realistic goals? Where do you see the most growth potential? Where do you see the most growth potential? Why do you enjoy setting challenges for yourself? Why do you enjoy setting challenges for yourself? What is your strategy for achieving goals? What is your strategy for achieving goals? How do you push through challenges? How do you push through challenges? When do you review your progress? When do you review your progress? Who do you rely on for support? Who do you rely on for support? What inspires you to keep improving? What inspires you to keep improving? How do you keep yourself accountable? How do you keep yourself accountable? Where do you feel the most growth? Where do you feel the most growth? Why do you believe in constant self-improvement? Why do you believe in constant self-improvement? What are your main priorities right now? What are your main priorities right now? How do you deal with setbacks? How do you deal with setbacks? When do you feel most confident? When do you feel most confident? Who do you turn to for guidance? Who do you turn to for guidance? What are your top daily habits? What are your top daily habits? How do you celebrate milestones? How do you celebrate milestones? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why do you focus on continuous learning? Why do you focus on continuous learning? What do you hope to achieve by next year? What do you hope to achieve by next year? How do you manage stress effectively? How do you manage stress effectively? When do you know you've reached success? When do you know you've reached success? Who do you admire in your industry? Who do you admire in your industry? What are your core values? What are your core values? How do you stay humble while growing? How do you stay humble while growing? Where do you find support during tough times? Where do you find support during tough times? Why do you believe in taking risks? Why do you believe in taking risks? What is your biggest lesson learned? What is your biggest lesson learned? How do you practice gratitude? How do you practice gratitude? When do you set aside time for yourself? When do you set aside time for yourself? Who do you ask for honest feedback? Who do you ask for honest feedback? What is your ultimate goal in life? What is your ultimate goal in life? How do you overcome self-doubt? How do you overcome self-doubt? Where do you find peace in a busy schedule? Where do you find peace in a busy schedule? Why do you believe in lifelong learning? Why do you believe in lifelong learning? What is your approach to work-life balance? What is your approach to work-life balance? Who helps you stay motivated? Who helps you stay motivated? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What do you enjoy doing in your free time? How do you continue to improve daily? How do you continue to improve daily? Where do you seek new challenges? Where do you seek new challenges? Why do you believe in setting high standards? Why do you believe in setting high standards? What is your definition of success? What is your definition of success? How do you adapt to new situations? How do you adapt to new situations? When do you take the time to unwind? When do you take the time to unwind? Who do you rely on for motivation? Who do you rely on for motivation? What is your biggest challenge right now? What is your biggest challenge right now? How do you stay optimistic in tough times? How do you stay optimistic in tough times? Where do you find new inspiration? Where do you find new inspiration? What keeps you focused on your goals? What keeps you focused on your goals? How do you handle failure? How do you handle failure? When do you feel most at peace? When do you feel most at peace? Who encourages you to aim higher? Who encourages you to aim higher? What are your current challenges? What are your current challenges? How do you prioritize self-care? How do you prioritize self-care? Where do you find time to relax? Where do you find time to relax? What do you enjoy about your work? What do you enjoy about your work? How do you navigate unexpected obstacles? How do you navigate unexpected obstacles? When do you feel the most fulfilled? When do you feel the most fulfilled? Who helps you in tough times? Who helps you in tough times? What is your next step? What is your next step? How do you stay disciplined? How do you stay disciplined? Where do you see yourself progressing? Where do you see yourself progressing? Why do you enjoy teamwork? Why do you enjoy teamwork? What makes you feel accomplished? What makes you feel accomplished? How do you organize your priorities? How do you organize your priorities? When do you take risks? When do you take risks? Who do you rely on for emotional support? Who do you rely on for emotional support? What are your top strengths? What are your top strengths? How do you stay creative? How do you stay creative? Where do you find new opportunities? Where do you find new opportunities? Why do you value persistence? Why do you value persistence? What is your proudest achievement? What is your proudest achievement? How do you stay balanced? How do you stay balanced? When do you know it's time to change direction? When do you know it's time to change direction? Who do you share your ideas with? Who do you share your ideas with? What keeps you motivated? What keeps you motivated? How do you stay confident? How do you stay confident? Where do you find happiness? Where do you find happiness? Why do you focus on self-care? Why do you focus on self-care? What is your greatest passion? What is your greatest passion? How do you maintain your energy? How do you maintain your energy? When did you last feel inspired? When did you last feel inspired? Who inspires you to succeed? Who inspires you to succeed? What do you love about your career? What do you love about your career? How do you keep moving forward? How do you keep moving forward? Where do you go to recharge? Where do you go to recharge? Why do you enjoy mentoring others? Why do you enjoy mentoring others? What are your future aspirations? What are your future aspirations? How do you stay emotionally strong? How do you stay emotionally strong? When do you find time to relax? When do you find time to relax? Who do you admire in your profession? Who do you admire in your profession? What do you do for personal growth? What do you do for personal growth? How do you cope with stress? How do you cope with stress? Where do you find inner peace? Where do you find inner peace? Why do you believe in self-discipline? Why do you believe in self-discipline? What keeps you going on difficult days? What keeps you going on difficult days? How do you maintain balance in life? How do you maintain balance in life? When do you feel most productive? When do you feel most productive? Who do you turn to for motivation? Who do you turn to for motivation? What are your main goals right now? What are your main goals right now? How do you overcome daily challenges? How do you overcome daily challenges? Where do you see the most growth? Where do you see the most growth? Why do you love your daily routine? Why do you love your daily routine? What is your daily motivation? What is your daily motivation? How do you stay resilient? How do you stay resilient? Who supports you through difficult decisions? Who supports you through difficult decisions? What is your vision for the future? What is your vision for the future? How do you manage your time effectively? How do you manage your time effectively? Where do you find motivation daily? Where do you find motivation daily? Why do you strive for excellence? Why do you strive for excellence? What helps you stay focused? What helps you stay focused? How do you manage your workload? How do you manage your workload? When do you feel most inspired? When do you feel most inspired? Who encourages you to grow? Who encourages you to grow? What makes you feel happy? What makes you feel happy? How do you stay organized? How do you stay organized? Where do you find creative inspiration? Where do you find creative inspiration? Why do you value hard work? Why do you value hard work? What are your top priorities? What are your top priorities? How do you stay motivated at work? How do you stay motivated at work? When do you know you've achieved your goals? When do you know you've achieved your goals? Who inspires your personal development? Who inspires your personal development? What do you enjoy doing outside of work? What do you enjoy doing outside of work? How do you relax after a long day? How do you relax after a long day? Where do you find peace in your routine? Where do you find peace in your routine? Why do you believe in setting goals? Why do you believe in setting goals? What drives you to succeed? What drives you to succeed? How do you maintain a positive attitude? How do you maintain a positive attitude? When did you last feel fulfilled? When did you last feel fulfilled? Who motivates you to stay disciplined? Who motivates you to stay disciplined? What is your biggest inspiration? What is your biggest inspiration? How do you measure your progress? How do you measure your progress? Where do you go for advice? Where do you go for advice? Why do you focus on your goals? Why do you focus on your goals? What are your success strategies? What are your success strategies? How do you stay on top of things? How do you stay on top of things? When do you feel most creative? When do you feel most creative? Who do you look up to? Who do you look up to? What makes you feel at peace? What makes you feel at peace? How do you manage your emotions? How do you manage your emotions? Where do you go for support? Where do you go for support? Why do you believe in personal development? Why do you believe in personal development? What is your current challenge? What is your current challenge? How do you stay calm under pressure? How do you stay calm under pressure? When do you feel most energized? When do you feel most energized? Who do you admire for their work ethic? Who do you admire for their work ethic? What keeps you focused on success? What keeps you focused on success? How do you stay accountable? How do you stay accountable? Where do you find motivation to achieve? Where do you find motivation to achieve? Why do you value personal improvement? Why do you value personal improvement? What are your current challenges? What are your current challenges? How do you stay motivated during setbacks? How do you stay motivated during setbacks? When do you take time for self-reflection? When do you take time for self-reflection? Who helps you through tough times? Who helps you through tough times? What keeps you motivated daily? What keeps you motivated daily? How do you plan for success? How do you plan for success? Where do you find new challenges? Where do you find new challenges? Why do you enjoy pushing your limits? Why do you enjoy pushing your limits? What motivates you to learn? What motivates you to learn? How do you manage time effectively? How do you manage time effectively? When do you feel most productive? When do you feel most productive? Who do you rely on for guidance? Who do you rely on for guidance? What is your favorite achievement? What is your favorite achievement? How do you stay positive during challenges? How do you stay positive during challenges? Where do you find peace of mind? Where do you find peace of mind? Why do you value time management? Why do you value time management? What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest strength? How do you manage multiple projects? How do you manage multiple projects? When do you feel most focused? When do you feel most focused? Who do you collaborate with often? Who do you collaborate with often? What keeps you on track? What keeps you on track? How do you handle setbacks? How do you handle setbacks? Where do you find inspiration for new ideas? Where do you find inspiration for new ideas? Why do you enjoy learning new things? Why do you enjoy learning new things? What motivates you to keep growing? What motivates you to keep growing? How do you set realistic goals? How do you set realistic goals? When did you last take a break? When did you last take a break? Who encourages you to improve? Who encourages you to improve? What do you find challenging right now? What do you find challenging right now? How do you plan your day? How do you plan your day? Where do you go for relaxation? Where do you go for relaxation? Why do you value daily routines? Why do you value daily routines? What keeps you disciplined in your tasks? What keeps you disciplined in your tasks? How do you maintain your focus? How do you maintain your focus? When do you set aside time for creativity? When do you set aside time for creativity? Who inspires you to reach higher? Who inspires you to reach higher? What do you do to recharge? What do you do to recharge? How do you handle criticism? How do you handle criticism? Where do you find new ideas? Where do you find new ideas? Why do you stay committed to your goals? Why do you stay committed to your goals? What helps you stay grounded? What helps you stay grounded? How do you plan for the future? How do you plan for the future? When do you review your goals? When do you review your goals? Who do you seek advice from? Who do you seek advice from? What is your favorite daily habit? What is your favorite daily habit? How do you stay consistent? How do you stay consistent? Where do you find strength in tough times? Where do you find strength in tough times? Why do you value persistence in growth? Why do you value persistence in growth? What keeps you pushing forward? What keeps you pushing forward? How do you approach new opportunities? How do you approach new opportunities? When do you feel most satisfied? When do you feel most satisfied? Who do you trust for honest feedback? Who do you trust for honest feedback? What are your current objectives? What are your current objectives? How do you navigate through challenges? How do you navigate through challenges? Where do you go for mentorship? Where do you go for mentorship? Why do you focus on self-development? Why do you focus on self-development? What is your top priority today? What is your top priority today? When did you last achieve a goal? When did you last achieve a goal? Who inspires you to work harder? Who inspires you to work harder? What makes you feel most accomplished? What makes you feel most accomplished? How do you improve your skills? How do you improve your skills? Why do you aim for personal growth? Why do you aim for personal growth? What is your biggest dream right now? What is your biggest dream right now? How do you maintain discipline in life? How do you maintain discipline in life? When do you take a step back? When do you take a step back? Who do you rely on for emotional support? Who do you rely on for emotional support? What keeps you focused on your objectives? What keeps you focused on your objectives? How do you stay inspired to achieve? How do you stay inspired to achieve? Where do you find joy in your work? Where do you find joy in your work? Why do you value continuous improvement? Why do you value continuous improvement? What motivates you to stay productive? What motivates you to stay productive? How do you stay positive through setbacks? How do you stay positive through setbacks? When did you last reflect on your progress? When did you last reflect on your progress? Who encourages you to keep growing? Who encourages you to keep growing? What do you find most rewarding in life? What do you find most rewarding in life? How do you handle stress at work? How do you handle stress at work? Where do you seek balance in life? Where do you seek balance in life? Why do you enjoy your current routine? Why do you enjoy your current routine? What are your biggest motivators? What are your biggest motivators? How do you plan your personal development? How do you plan your personal development? When do you feel most balanced? When do you feel most balanced? Who do you share your successes with? Who do you share your successes with? What keeps you striving for more? What keeps you striving for more? How do you stay organized in your tasks? How do you stay organized in your tasks? Where do you find clarity in decisions? Where do you find clarity in decisions? Why do you prioritize self-discipline? Why do you prioritize self-discipline? What is your biggest success so far? What is your biggest success so far? How do you manage expectations? How do you manage expectations? When do you feel most challenged? When do you feel most challenged? Who do you turn to for professional advice? Who do you turn to for professional advice? What makes you feel the most accomplished? What makes you feel the most accomplished? How do you maintain focus on long-term goals? How do you maintain focus on long-term goals? Why do you set high standards for yourself? Why do you set high standards for yourself? How do you handle unexpected challenges? How do you handle unexpected challenges? When do you take a break from work? When do you take a break from work? Who do you admire for their discipline? Who do you admire for their discipline? What motivates you to stay consistent? What motivates you to stay consistent? How do you manage your time wisely? How do you manage your time wisely? Where do you feel most motivated? Where do you feel most motivated? Why do you believe in setting high goals? Why do you believe in setting high goals? What helps you overcome obstacles? What helps you overcome obstacles? How do you stay calm in stressful situations? How do you stay calm in stressful situations? When did you last accomplish a major goal? When did you last accomplish a major goal? Who keeps you motivated daily? Who keeps you motivated daily? What are your biggest achievements? What are your biggest achievements? How do you handle pressure? How do you handle pressure? Where do you find inner strength? Where do you find inner strength? Why do you enjoy facing challenges? Why do you enjoy facing challenges? What keeps you going during hard times? What keeps you going during hard times? How do you plan your weekly goals? How do you plan your weekly goals? When do you feel most productive? When do you feel most productive? Who do you turn to for advice? Who do you turn to for advice? What do you enjoy most about your routine? What do you enjoy most about your routine? How do you stay on top of your schedule? How do you stay on top of your schedule? Where do you go for inspiration? Where do you go for inspiration? Why do you value hard work? Why do you value hard work? What motivates you to keep improving? What motivates you to keep improving? How do you stay focused on your tasks? How do you stay focused on your tasks? When do you take time to reflect? When do you take time to reflect? Who do you rely on for encouragement? Who do you rely on for encouragement? What is your favorite part of your job? What is your favorite part of your job? How do you prioritize your responsibilities? How do you prioritize your responsibilities? Where do you find peace in your routine? Where do you find peace in your routine? Why do you believe in daily progress? Why do you believe in daily progress? What are your most important goals? What are your most important goals? How do you manage your daily tasks? How do you manage your daily tasks? When do you feel most confident? When do you feel most confident? Who do you admire for their success? Who do you admire for their success? What keeps you going when things get tough? What keeps you going when things get tough? How do you stay organized with multiple tasks? How do you stay organized with multiple tasks? Where do you find motivation in your work? Where do you find motivation in your work? Why do you focus on self-discipline? Why do you focus on self-discipline? What is your biggest daily challenge? What is your biggest daily challenge? How do you handle difficult situations? How do you handle difficult situations? When do you feel most creative? When do you feel most creative? Who inspires you to do better? Who inspires you to do better? What motivates you to set new goals? What motivates you to set new goals? How do you stay motivated during setbacks? How do you stay motivated during setbacks? Where do you go for mental clarity? Where do you go for mental clarity? Why do you believe in setting challenges? Why do you believe in setting challenges? How do you manage your stress effectively? How do you manage your stress effectively? When do you take time to recharge? When do you take time to recharge? Who helps you stay focused on your goals? Who helps you stay focused on your goals? What do you do to stay productive? What do you do to stay productive? How do you stay motivated each day? How do you stay motivated each day? Where do you find the most inspiration? Where do you find the most inspiration? Why do you believe in continuous growth? Why do you believe in continuous growth? What is your biggest source of motivation? What is your biggest source of motivation? When do you feel most relaxed? When do you feel most relaxed? Who do you look up to for guidance? Who do you look up to for guidance? What keeps you driven to succeed? What keeps you driven to succeed? How do you overcome obstacles in life? How do you overcome obstacles in life? Where do you find joy in your work? Where do you find joy in your work? Why do you focus on personal growth? Why do you focus on personal growth? What motivates you to push harder? What motivates you to push harder? How do you stay disciplined in your habits? How do you stay disciplined in your habits? When do you feel most fulfilled? When do you feel most fulfilled? Who do you turn to for motivation? Who do you turn to for motivation? What do you find most rewarding? What do you find most rewarding? How do you keep a positive mindset? How do you keep a positive mindset? Where do you find balance in your life? Where do you find balance in your life? Why do you enjoy setting high goals? Why do you enjoy setting high goals? What keeps you moving toward success? What keeps you moving toward success? How do you manage difficult days? How do you manage difficult days? When do you feel most accomplished? When do you feel most accomplished? Who do you seek out for advice? Who do you seek out for advice? What makes you feel proud of yourself? What makes you feel proud of yourself? How do you stay productive on busy days? How do you stay productive on busy days? Where do you find peace in your routine? Where do you find peace in your routine? Why do you prioritize self-improvement? Why do you prioritize self-improvement? What are your key motivators in life? What are your key motivators in life? How do you stay focused on your goals? How do you stay focused on your goals? When did you last achieve a major milestone? When did you last achieve a major milestone? Who helps you stay accountable? Who helps you stay accountable? What do you do to stay inspired? What do you do to stay inspired? How do you maintain a balanced lifestyle? How do you maintain a balanced lifestyle? Where do you find support when needed? Where do you find support when needed? Why do you strive for excellence? Why do you strive for excellence? What is your biggest personal goal? What is your biggest personal goal? How do you handle criticism constructively? How do you handle criticism constructively? When do you feel most satisfied with your progress? When do you feel most satisfied with your progress? Who do you rely on for support? Who do you rely on for support? What keeps you pushing forward daily? What keeps you pushing forward daily? How do you stay calm in high-pressure situations? How do you stay calm in high-pressure situations? Where do you find new opportunities for growth? Where do you find new opportunities for growth? Why do you value persistence in achieving goals? Why do you value persistence in achieving goals? What motivates you to overcome challenges? What motivates you to overcome challenges? How do you manage your workload efficiently? How do you manage your workload efficiently? When do you take time for personal reflection? When do you take time for personal reflection? Who do you admire for their resilience? Who do you admire for their resilience? What makes you feel accomplished in life? What makes you feel accomplished in life? How do you prioritize your long-term goals? How do you prioritize your long-term goals? Where do you seek new sources of motivation? Where do you seek new sources of motivation? Why do you believe in continuous improvement? Why do you believe in continuous improvement? What are your biggest challenges right now? What are your biggest challenges right now? How do you stay positive during difficult times? How do you stay positive during difficult times? When do you feel the most productive? When do you feel the most productive? Who do you turn to for feedback? Who do you turn to for feedback? What keeps you focused on personal growth? What keeps you focused on personal growth? How do you handle failure? How do you handle failure? Why do you prioritize your well-being? Why do you prioritize your well-being? What motivates you to achieve more? What motivates you to achieve more? How do you stay disciplined in your routine? How do you stay disciplined in your routine? When do you take time to relax? When do you take time to relax? Who do you seek advice from during tough times? Who do you seek advice from during tough times? What keeps you striving for success? What keeps you striving for success? How do you manage your emotions effectively? How do you manage your emotions effectively? Where do you find peace in your daily routine? Where do you find peace in your daily routine? Why do you value hard work and dedication? Why do you value hard work and dedication? What motivates you to stay productive? What motivates you to stay productive? How do you stay on track with your goals? How do you stay on track with your goals? When do you reflect on your progress? When do you reflect on your progress? Who do you look up to in your field? Who do you look up to in your field? What keeps you focused on achieving your dreams? What keeps you focused on achieving your dreams? How do you stay positive and motivated? How do you stay positive and motivated? Where do you find support during challenging times? Where do you find support during challenging times? Why do you believe in setting ambitious goals? Why do you believe in setting ambitious goals? What motivates you to keep improving? What motivates you to keep improving? How do you stay organized in your daily life? How do you stay organized in your daily life? When did you last accomplish a major goal? When did you last accomplish a major goal? Who inspires you to keep going? Who inspires you to keep going? What do you find most challenging in your routine? What do you find most challenging in your routine? How do you overcome obstacles in your path? How do you overcome obstacles in your path? Where do you seek motivation during tough times? Where do you seek motivation during tough times? Why do you prioritize personal growth? Why do you prioritize personal growth? What keeps you motivated on difficult days? What keeps you motivated on difficult days? How do you maintain focus on your priorities? How do you maintain focus on your priorities? When do you feel most satisfied with your work? When do you feel most satisfied with your work? Who helps you stay disciplined? Who helps you stay disciplined? What do you do to stay balanced? What do you do to stay balanced? How do you manage stress effectively? How do you manage stress effectively? Where do you find inspiration for new ideas? Where do you find inspiration for new ideas? Why do you enjoy pushing yourself to grow? Why do you enjoy pushing yourself to grow? What motivates you to pursue your passions? What motivates you to pursue your passions? How do you stay calm under pressure? How do you stay calm under pressure? When do you feel most energized? When do you feel most energized? Who do you rely on for motivation? Who do you rely on for motivation? What makes you feel accomplished in your work? What makes you feel accomplished in your work? How do you stay focused on your goals? How do you stay focused on your goals? Where do you find motivation to keep going? Where do you find motivation to keep going? Why do you believe in self-discipline? Why do you believe in self-discipline? What are your biggest motivators in life? What are your biggest motivators in life? How do you stay positive during tough times? How do you stay positive during tough times? What keeps you going when things get tough? What keeps you going when things get tough? How do you manage your time effectively? How do you manage your time effectively? Where do you find peace in your routine? Where do you find peace in your routine? Why do you prioritize setting goals? Why do you prioritize setting goals? What motivates you to pursue your dreams? What motivates you to pursue your dreams? How do you handle challenging situations? How do you handle challenging situations? When do you feel most productive in your work? When do you feel most productive in your work? Who do you rely on for support during hard times? Who do you rely on for support during hard times? How do you stay organized with multiple tasks? How do you stay organized with multiple tasks? Where do you go to recharge your energy? Where do you go to recharge your energy? Why do you value persistence in your work? Why do you value persistence in your work? What keeps you focused on achieving success? What keeps you focused on achieving success? How do you stay disciplined in your daily routine? How do you stay disciplined in your daily routine? When do you feel most inspired to work? When do you feel most inspired to work? Who inspires you to set high goals? Who inspires you to set high goals? What motivates you to keep improving every day? What motivates you to keep improving every day? How do you handle pressure in challenging situations? How do you handle pressure in challenging situations? Why do you believe in continuous self-improvement? Why do you believe in continuous self-improvement? How do you manage your workload efficiently? How do you manage your workload efficiently? When do you take time to reflect on your progress? When do you take time to reflect on your progress? Who do you look up to for inspiration in your field? Who do you look up to for inspiration in your field? What makes you feel proud of your accomplishments? What makes you feel proud of your accomplishments? How do you prioritize your goals and responsibilities? How do you prioritize your goals and responsibilities? Where do you find peace of mind in your daily life? Where do you find peace of mind in your daily life? What motivates you to stay focused on your tasks? What motivates you to stay focused on your tasks? How do you maintain discipline in your habits? How do you maintain discipline in your habits? Who helps you stay accountable for your actions? Who helps you stay accountable for your actions? How do you stay positive and focused on your goals? How do you stay positive and focused on your goals? Where do you find inspiration to pursue your passions? Where do you find inspiration to pursue your passions? What keeps you motivated to keep moving forward? What keeps you motivated to keep moving forward? When do you take time to relax and recharge? When do you take time to relax and recharge? Who do you turn to for advice when facing challenges? Who do you turn to for advice when facing challenges? What makes you feel proud of your achievements? What makes you feel proud of your achievements? How do you stay disciplined in your work routine? How do you stay disciplined in your work routine? Where do you seek motivation during difficult times? Where do you seek motivation during difficult times? Why do you prioritize personal growth in your life? Why do you prioritize personal growth in your life? What motivates you to push yourself harder each day? What motivates you to push yourself harder each day? How do you stay calm and focused under pressure? How do you stay calm and focused under pressure? When do you feel most creative in your work? When do you feel most creative in your work? Who do you rely on for encouragement and support? Who do you rely on for encouragement and support? What makes you feel fulfilled in your personal life? What makes you feel fulfilled in your personal life? How do you manage stress in your daily routine? How do you manage stress in your daily routine? Where do you go for mental clarity and inspiration? Where do you go for mental clarity and inspiration? Why do you believe in continuous learning and growth? Why do you believe in continuous learning and growth? What keeps you motivated to achieve your goals? What keeps you motivated to achieve your goals? How do you stay disciplined with your habits? How do you stay disciplined with your habits? When do you reflect on your personal progress? When do you reflect on your personal progress? Who inspires you to grow daily? Who inspires you to grow daily? What are your current goals? What are your current goals? How do you handle adversity? How do you handle adversity? Where do you seek inspiration? Where do you seek inspiration? Why do you prioritize self-care? Why do you prioritize self-care? What motivates you to keep learning? What motivates you to keep learning? How do you manage your time wisely? How do you manage your time wisely? When do you take time for yourself? When do you take time for yourself? Who helps you stay focused? Who helps you stay focused? What do you find most rewarding in life? What do you find most rewarding in life? How do you stay grounded during challenges? How do you stay grounded during challenges? Where do you find clarity in difficult times? Where do you find clarity in difficult times? Why do you value growth and learning? Why do you value growth and learning? What are your most important values? What are your most important values? How do you balance work and life? How do you balance work and life? When did you last achieve a significant goal? When did you last achieve a significant goal? Who do you turn to for motivation? Who do you turn to for motivation? What keeps you moving forward every day? What keeps you moving forward every day? How do you stay calm during stressful times? How do you stay calm during stressful times? Where do you seek new challenges? Where do you seek new challenges? Why do you believe in lifelong learning? Why do you believe in lifelong learning? What are your biggest dreams? What are your biggest dreams? How do you overcome difficult obstacles? How do you overcome difficult obstacles? When do you feel most inspired? When do you feel most inspired? Who do you look up to for support? Who do you look up to for support? What keeps you focused on your goals? What keeps you focused on your goals? How do you maintain your mental well-being? How do you maintain your mental well-being? Where do you find peace in stressful times? Where do you find peace in stressful times? Why do you prioritize setting high goals? Why do you prioritize setting high goals? What motivates you to achieve your dreams? What motivates you to achieve your dreams? How do you handle disappointment? How do you handle disappointment? When do you take time to rest? When do you take time to rest? Who do you seek advice from? Who do you seek advice from? What makes you feel accomplished? What makes you feel accomplished? How do you stay positive under pressure? How do you stay positive under pressure? Where do you find motivation to succeed? Where do you find motivation to succeed? Why do you believe in continuous self-improvement? Why do you believe in continuous self-improvement? What are your key goals for the future? What are your key goals for the future? When did you last accomplish a personal goal? When did you last accomplish a personal goal? Who helps you stay motivated during tough times? Who helps you stay motivated during tough times? What keeps you driven to achieve success? What keeps you driven to achieve success? How do you stay organized in your personal life? How do you stay organized in your personal life? Where do you go to relax and recharge? Where do you go to relax and recharge? Why do you focus on setting goals? Why do you focus on setting goals? What motivates you to keep pushing forward? What motivates you to keep pushing forward? How do you stay calm in overwhelming situations? How do you stay calm in overwhelming situations? When do you feel most productive? When do you feel most productive? Who inspires you to do your best? Who inspires you to do your best? What makes you feel fulfilled in your work? What makes you feel fulfilled in your work? Where do you find time for self-care? Where do you find time for self-care? Why do you believe in self-discipline? Why do you believe in self-discipline? What are your long-term goals? What are your long-term goals? When do you feel most confident? When do you feel most confident? Who do you turn to for advice during tough times? Who do you turn to for advice during tough times? What keeps you going when things get hard? What keeps you going when things get hard? How do you balance your priorities? How do you balance your priorities? Where do you find inspiration to keep learning? Where do you find inspiration to keep learning? Why do you believe in setting ambitious goals? Why do you believe in setting ambitious goals? What motivates you to achieve more? What motivates you to achieve more? When do you take time to reflect on your progress? When do you take time to reflect on your progress? Who do you look up to for inspiration? Who do you look up to for inspiration? What keeps you focused on your dreams? What keeps you focused on your dreams? How do you handle pressure in difficult situations? How do you handle pressure in difficult situations? Where do you go for clarity in decision-making? Where do you go for clarity in decision-making? Why do you value personal growth? Why do you value personal growth? What are your biggest life goals? What are your biggest life goals? How do you stay positive in the face of challenges? How do you stay positive in the face of challenges? When do you feel most satisfied with your progress? When do you feel most satisfied with your progress? Who do you seek guidance from in difficult situations? Who do you seek guidance from in difficult situations? What keeps you pushing forward during tough times? What keeps you pushing forward during tough times? How do you stay productive in your daily routine? How do you stay productive in your daily routine? Where do you find balance in your life? Where do you find balance in your life? Why do you focus on self-discipline? Why do you focus on self-discipline? What motivates you to achieve your ambitions? What motivates you to achieve your ambitions? How do you handle stress in challenging situations? How do you handle stress in challenging situations? When do you feel most inspired to work? When do you feel most inspired to work? How do you stay disciplined in your work routine? How do you stay disciplined in your work routine? Where do you find peace in your busy schedule? Where do you find peace in your busy schedule? Why do you prioritize personal development? Why do you prioritize personal development? What are your key motivators in life? What are your key motivators in life? When did you last achieve a major milestone? When did you last achieve a major milestone? Who do you admire for their perseverance? Who do you admire for their perseverance? What keeps you motivated to achieve success? What keeps you motivated to achieve success? How do you manage your time and responsibilities? How do you manage your time and responsibilities? Where do you go for inspiration and new ideas? Where do you go for inspiration and new ideas? Why do you believe in setting clear goals? Why do you believe in setting clear goals? What motivates you to keep learning and growing? What motivates you to keep learning and growing? How do you handle challenging situations effectively? How do you handle challenging situations effectively? Who do you rely on for advice and support? Who do you rely on for advice and support? What keeps you focused on your long-term goals? What keeps you focused on your long-term goals? How do you stay motivated during difficult times? How do you stay motivated during difficult times? Where do you find the most inspiration to succeed? Where do you find the most inspiration to succeed? How are you today? How are you today? I love this place. I love this place. Can you help me? Can you help me? Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom? I need some water. I need some water. It's time to go. It's time to go. What is your name? What is your name? Please close the door. Please close the door. I forgot my keys. I forgot my keys. Let's eat something good. Let's eat something good. He is my friend. He is my friend. The sun is shining. The sun is shining. She loves to dance. She loves to dance. This is my book. This is my book. I'm feeling a bit. I'm feeling a bit. Can we meet later? Can we meet later? What time is it? What time is it? I have a question. I have a question. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. I am very tired. I am very tired. Where did you put it? Where did you put it? I will call you later. I will call you later. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? She is coming to dinner. She is coming to dinner. Can you see the stars? Can you see the stars? I need to go now. I need to go now. They are playing in the park. They are playing in the park. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day outside. We should try that restaurant. We should try that restaurant. He bought a new car. He bought a new car. I can't wait for summer. I can't wait for summer. Please pass me the salt. Please pass me the salt. I will help you with that. I will help you with that. The movie starts at 8. The movie starts at 8. I forgot to bring lunch. I forgot to bring lunch. What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? She is very good at math. She is very good at math. They went on a vacation. They went on a vacation. I love reading in bed. I love reading in bed. Can you turn down the music? Can you turn down the music? This coffee is too hot. This coffee is too hot. It's getting late, let's go. It's getting late, let's go. Please let me know when. Please let me know when. What's your favorite type of music? What's your favorite type of music? We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. I'm going to the store. I'm going to the store. That was a great movie. That was a great movie. She sings beautifully, doesn't she? She sings beautifully, doesn't she? He plays soccer every weekend. He plays soccer every weekend. It's too cold outside today. It's too cold outside today. I'm interested in that job. I'm interested in that job. Can you show me how? Can you show me how? What's the weather like today? What's the weather like today? I'd love to join you. I'd love to join you. I have a big project. I have a big project. Let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break. She enjoys hiking in nature. She enjoys hiking in nature. I'm looking for my phone. I'm looking for my phone. The kids are in school. The kids are in school. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Did you see that movie? Did you see that movie? I'm really tired of waiting. I'm really tired of waiting. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? I enjoy cooking on weekends. I enjoy cooking on weekends. He always forgets my birthday. He always forgets my birthday. The cake tastes really good. The cake tastes really good. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Can you send me the details? Can you send me the details? We should plan a trip. We should plan a trip. I need some fresh air. I need some fresh air. Let's meet at the cafe. Let's meet at the cafe. She has a lovely smile. She has a lovely smile. I don't understand this problem. I don't understand this problem. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? I forgot to set my alarm. I forgot to set my alarm. He is studying for his exams. He is studying for his exams. I want to learn guitar. I want to learn guitar. What are your plans for today? What are your plans for today? I'm glad you came by. I'm glad you came by. I think it's going to rain. I think it's going to rain. Can you believe this weather? Can you believe this weather? I'm excited for the weekend. I'm excited for the weekend. What's your favorite hobby or pastime? What's your favorite hobby or pastime? The children are playing outside now. The children are playing outside now. This book is really interesting. This book is really interesting. She will arrive in an hour. She will arrive in an hour. Let's go shopping this afternoon. Let's go shopping this afternoon. I have to finish my homework. I have to finish my homework. Do you want to join us? Do you want to join us? I enjoy spending time with friends. I enjoy spending time with friends. It's important to stay healthy. It's important to stay healthy. What's your favorite food to eat? What's your favorite food to eat? He loves to play video games. He loves to play video games. I'll help you with your project. I'll help you with your project. Are you coming to the party? Are you coming to the party? I'm trying to eat healthier food. I'm trying to eat healthier food. Can you recommend a good book? Can you recommend a good book? I'm looking forward to the concert. I'm looking forward to the concert. Let's celebrate your birthday together. Let's celebrate your birthday together. I need a vacation soon. I need a vacation soon. Can you pass the bread? Can you pass the bread? I love this song. I love this song. Where did you go? Where did you go? Please send me that. Please send me that. She reads every evening. She reads every evening. The dog is barking loudly. The dog is barking loudly. Can I help you? Can I help you? It's getting really cold. It's getting really cold. I can't find my shoes. I can't find my shoes. What do you think? What do you think? Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. He works very hard. He works very hard. She is my sister. She is my sister. I forgot my homework again. I forgot my homework again. This soup is delicious today. This soup is delicious today. It's time for lunch. It's time for lunch. I need some help here. I need some help here. He is running late today. He is running late today. The train arrives at noon. The train arrives at noon. What did you do last weekend? What did you do last weekend? I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. She loves to travel the world. She loves to travel the world. We should watch a movie tonight. We should watch a movie tonight. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? It's too hot to play outside. It's too hot to play outside. He forgot to call me back. He forgot to call me back. I'm meeting her at the cafe. I'm meeting her at the cafe. What's your favorite color and why? What's your favorite color and why? I'll finish this by tomorrow. I'll finish this by tomorrow. Let's make dinner together tonight. Let's make dinner together tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? She always arrives right on time. She always arrives right on time. I have to study for exams. I have to study for exams. We should go for a hike. We should go for a hike. The flowers are blooming beautifully now. The flowers are blooming beautifully now. He loves reading science fiction books. He loves reading science fiction books. What time are we meeting? What time are we meeting? I'm planning a surprise party for her. I'm planning a surprise party for her. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to eat healthier. Do you want some coffee? Do you want some coffee? It's a bit chilly today. It's a bit chilly today. They're going to the beach. They're going to the beach. I just finished my homework. I just finished my homework. Can you open the window? Can you open the window? I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. She plays piano very well. She plays piano very well. What's your favorite movie genre? What's your favorite movie genre? I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. This road leads to downtown. This road leads to downtown. I'll join you in a minute. I'll join you in a minute. The kids are playing inside now. The kids are playing inside now. Can you believe this happened? Can you believe this happened? It's important to stay focused. It's important to stay focused. I forgot to buy groceries. I forgot to buy groceries. He usually goes jogging in the morning. He usually goes jogging in the morning. Let's grab a bite to eat. Let's grab a bite to eat. I'm tired of waiting around. I'm tired of waiting around. She loves painting in her free time. She loves painting in her free time. The party starts at 8 o'clock. The party starts at 8 o'clock. I'll be home by 6. I'll be home by 6. Can you show me how? Can you show me how? I need to call my parents. I need to call my parents. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I'm really excited for tomorrow. I'm really excited for tomorrow. She always gives great advice. She always gives great advice. The weather is perfect today. The weather is perfect today. I forgot my password again. I forgot my password again. I need to buy some clothes. I need to buy some clothes. Do you want to come over? Do you want to come over? I'm reading a great book. I'm reading a great book. Can we reschedule our meeting? Can we reschedule our meeting? I can't believe it's October already. I can't believe it's October already. The restaurant opens at 10. The restaurant opens at 10. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that. This road is really bumpy. This road is really bumpy. He always forgets his umbrella. He always forgets his umbrella. She enjoys cooking Italian dishes. She enjoys cooking Italian dishes. I'll see you at school. I'll see you at school. I love spending time outdoors. I love spending time outdoors. What's your plan for today? What's your plan for today? I'll call you back later. I'll call you back later. The show was really entertaining. The show was really entertaining. She has a great sense of humor. She has a great sense of humor. I need to finish this project. I need to finish this project. He always helps me with homework. He always helps me with homework. Let's meet after work today. Let's meet after work today. I really appreciate your help. I really appreciate your help. It's time to get going. It's time to get going. The baby is sleeping right now. The baby is sleeping right now. Can you believe how fast time flies? Can you believe how fast time flies? I'm planning to visit my family. I'm planning to visit my family. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? I'll help you find it. I'll help you find it. She works as a graphic designer. She works as a graphic designer. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. He enjoys playing board games with friends. He enjoys playing board games with friends. I'm really into this show. I'm really into this show. Let's celebrate our success together. Let's celebrate our success together.